Well, one of the things that has been very vexing lately regarding this particular election is this constant complaint that I get, or this constant argument that I keep hearing from Hillary supporters, and that if Bernie doesn't win, who are you going to vote for? Trump? As if Trump or Hillary were the only two candidates running for office. Yeah, granted, supposedly we only have a two-party system, but there are other candidates that are out there, and you know what? We can choose not to vote for either one of those two. I understand. For those of you who are drinking the Hillary Kool-Aid or drinking the Trump Kool-Aid, to you guys, it's either or. You have to choose the lesser of two evils. But one of the things that Bernie Sanders has been talking about, and a lot of other people have been talking about, is this idea of options. We have them. We still have options when it comes to this political race. And as much as you Hillary supporters are trying to have the anointed one proclaimed the Democratic Messiah, a lot of us are not having it. We're done voting for the lesser of two evils. We're done voting for politics as usual. We're done. We've had it. You know, the Democratic Party could have just as easily put Elizabeth Warren, if they were really serious about having a progressive female voice run for office, and I would have voted for Elizabeth Warren. I actually kind of like her. But Hillary Clinton is not a liberal. She is not a progressive, not by any stretch of the imagination. You can watch her attitude towards the Black Lives Matter protesters when they interrupt her precious little speeches. You know, as much as I may not necessarily agree with what Black Lives Matter does in terms of how they protest, they actually bring out a very interesting point, is to see how the candidates respond to them. Now, we all know the Republicans are evil. That's beyond the shadow of a doubt. But it's interesting to see how liberals and progressives, or so-called liberals and progressives, handle those protesters. Bernie Sanders, again, it bothers me that he did this, but he gave those two little girls their moment in the spotlight. So that way, you know, one of them being a born-again fundamentalist Christian who was a follower of Sarah Palin, who decided all of a sudden that she was black. But he gave her an opportunity to speak. He gave her an opportunity to, you know, share her concerns and her thoughts. It's more than I would have done, but still, it's actually a pretty cool thing. Hillary, on the other hand, just had the girl ushered out and says, now we can talk about the real issues that are affecting white people. And I'm going to throw this out there. Did you ever notice how much they keep pushing Hillary in the media? How much they keep pushing Hillary even in the Republican primaries? Did you ever notice how they are avoiding Sanders as much as they possibly can? Because if you think about it, Hillary is just pandering to her base. She's pandering to the people that she thinks will get her elected. She's no different than Trump. And just seeing that they keep trying to cram these two options, Trump or Hillary, Trump or Hillary, Trump or Hillary. Do you honestly not think that the American people are capable of finding other options? I'm beginning not to hold out much hope for our country. Especially when they keep trying to write this narrative that there are only two choices that, you know, we as the American public need to make. But there are more options. There's more people out there. There's the Green Party. Worst comes to worst, I'm writing in D's nuts for president. Because I'm not voting for Hillary. I'm not voting for Trump. And that's all there is to it. And if that's not something you can wrap your mind around, maybe you shouldn't be voting to begin with.